Okay guys, so welcome to my channel, Amelia Sells. This is a vlog for Vlogmas. I think it's going to be Vlogmas day 5, but you'll see that in the title. So today, most of my day was spent making a cake for my husband's birthday. It was his birthday today, and I wanted to make him a homemade cake. Looking back, I wish I would have just used a box cake mix. It would have been a lot faster, but the cake did taste delicious being homemade. So you see me making a chocolate cake. I just found the most amazing chocolate cake recipe is what it's called online and just started making it. Now this video is going to be mostly me making a cake and talking. So hopefully I'll talk about some interesting things. So let's see. So this is just me mixing all the dry ingredients for the chocolate cake together. I did already give my husband his birthday present a little bit before his birthday. I got him a Kansas City Chiefs hoodie. It was like camo. It was really cool. And that ties into what the theme of the cake was. And just kind of a spoiler, this cake ended up being a flop. So, but you'll see what happens. So here I am mixing the dry ingredients together. Make sure to incorporate them well. Let's see, what else can I talk about while we watch me make a cake? Okay, so I'm adding the eggs for the recipe. You can use any chocolate cake recipe. I really like to decorate cakes. I've made quite a few cakes before that have pretty good decorating, but this one was not one of them. But I tried my best, and that's all that matters. I made my own wedding cake. I've made, I think, 3 wedding cakes actually, a couple for some friends. I've helped make big birthday cakes before, and I always try to make a special birthday cake for my husband. I didn't last year. Maybe that's why it turned so bad. I was out of practice. But usually I try to make something a little bit fun because I don't get to make cakes that often. And I really do enjoy decorating cakes. But this took me, while I like homemade cake, I usually use box mixes just because it saves so much time. But I really wanted to try a homemade one, which the cake itself turned out really good. It tasted great. But the decorating and other stuff didn't go so well. You'll see. So I'm mixing all the wet ingredients together now into the dry ingredients, or putting them into the dry ingredients for the chocolate cake. Now I did make 2 different kinds of cakes, and I made a vanilla one, which you'll see here in a bit. And it was interesting to me how different the recipes were, and they were from the same website. So I'm beating it with my hand beater or mixer, and I'm just making sure to not over mix. Looking pretty good. I always make sure to scrape the bottom and the sides when I'm mixing a cake, because if you don't, you'll have dry ingredients just kind of hanging out at the bottom of the bowl. I do have a stand mixer too, but I didn't want to drag it out for this. I love it, but it's for like big projects. And I am a messy cook. As you can see, it's getting messy. Okay, let's get started on the vanilla cake. So this one, you added all your wet ingredients first. And I did use it called for buttermilk in both recipes, but I just used vinegar and milk. That's what I usually use for buttermilk substitute when I don't have actual buttermilk, which is most of the time. There we go. Dumping the liquids in for the vanilla cake. So yeah, we just kind of Donovan did have to work on his birthday, but he's working from home now, so it's not too bad. And like I said, he already got his birthday present a few days ago. So basically me just making the cake, and I got him a card is, oh, and here I realized I put one too many sticks of butter in. And then we have, I didn't let the butter soften as much as I should have. I thought it was soft. It had been sitting out for quite a while. So I had to wait a little bit longer to blend that together. Okay, so I was able to blend the butter and the sugar and the oil together now. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm adding the buttermilk, the eggs, which I am using my farm fresh eggs from my chickens because I am like overloaded with eggs right now. I need to make some breakfast burritos to get them used up. But that's okay. They're doing really good. The chickens are producing eggs. So I'm very happy with them. And I think they're pretty happy girls too. At least I hope. Okay, so now I'm starting to add the dry ingredients in. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Flour, baking soda, baking powder, those type of things. Just whatever recipe you like, that's what you should use, because that's what I didn't really have a go-to recipe, so I kind of just picked one off the internet. That's what I usually do when I need a recipe. I usually don't use recipes for regular cooking, only with baking. Like, I don't measure stuff usually with regular cooking. Baking though, like cakes, you gotta measure. So I'm scraping it down, making sure to get everything incorporated. But this isn't really like a how-to video. This is just me like talking. I hope everybody's having a good month and their holiday, or having holiday, getting ready for the holidays. Okay, so you see me put some chocolate batter in because I need this to be tan. As you can see, I decided quickly that was too dark, so I added some of the light brown to the vanilla to make it just tan, and there it is. Okay, so I got my tan color ready. So this one I'm actually going to be making, I think I'm making this green. And like you can see, I needed a lot more green than what I was putting in. I'm like putting a little bit in by little bit. I should have just dumped like half the tube in to begin with. And it took forever to get the color I wanted. I used a lot of food coloring in this cake. And the stuff I did color. So, my kitten. Can you hear my kitten? Okay, so I used a lot of green food coloring, like I stated, to make the green color. Okay, so I greased my pan with butter and some flour. That way the cake wouldn't stick. And then I started using the ice cream scoop, plopping the cake mixture into the cake pan, just kind of randomly alternating between the colors because I wanted it to look camo on the inside. And it actually, you'll see, it looked pretty good. So after I get done with the cake, I kind of tap it a little bit on the counter, and I'm baking it at 350. Now, the instructions said I only needed to bake for like 30 minutes, but mine took like an hour to cook each cake. Okay, so now I'm making my frosting. I am making a cream cheese frosting, which I really wish I would have made buttercream because I wanted to pipe it. And even though I tried to make my cream cheese frosting a little bit stiffer, it just did not work, and I had to scrap that idea altogether. So here I am mixing the frosting. I really like cream cheese frosting. It tastes good. I think it tastes better than buttercream, but it's just kind of hard for me personally to work with. I know there's ways to make it thicker, but I didn't want to make it too sweet. And yeah, so that's what I did. I made cream cheese frosting. It tasted really good. It took me quite a while to make this cake, and it kind of stunk because it turned out to be a kind of a flop, but at least it tastes good. So that's good. And of course I had to taste it. Okay, so I decided that I wanted my frosting to be 2 different colors. Actually, I had it separate 3 because I need a little bit of white frosting too, but I wanted it to be red and yellow or gold color because I wanted it to look like the Chiefs. I wanted it Chiefs colors on the outside and the camo on the inside because I got him the camo hoodie, Chiefs hoodie, and it was supposed to all go together, but he got the hoodie early, so, you know, but I still wanted to do the cake. So I had to use a whole tube of red to get a really bright red color for the cake, or for the frosting. So that's as red as I could get it, and I decided that was fine. Like, I didn't want to open another tube of red. And it's just for me and him, so it's not like it's for, you know, anybody else. It's just for him, really. So I left a little bit of the red food coloring on my spatula and mixed it with the yellow, and it kind of made it a little bit darker yellow. So kind of gave it that gold look that I wanted. So that one was really easy. It hardly took any of the yellow food coloring to do the yellow. So I wanted to put a Chiefs emblem on the cake. So I inverted it using like paint and printed it off, and I wanted to put this on the top of the cake. Now this was my first time doing this, and like I said, if I probably used buttercream, it would have been a lot better. But I just used what I had, and I just wanted to try this technique out. For my first time, I don't think it was horrible. So what I did is I put the picture in like a plastic Ziploc bag, and then I colored in the casey with red frosting I actually was using like a walnut or a nut pick. You know what you use to pick nuts out of the shell for this. I tried to use like a piece of spaghetti, but that wasn't working. So like a hard piece of spaghetti because I didn't have any toothpicks. So I used that instead. Thought that was okay. So I tried to clean it up the best I could using the piece of spaghetti. So professional, I know, right? But it was kind of messy, and I kind of knew it wasn't going to be perfect. But I tried my best. And like I said, I just wanted to try this. I've been wanting to try something like this. So yeah. And I'm just trying to smooth it out as best as I can. This was kind of tedious. This took me like 30 minutes to do this. One little detail. But, you know, I love making cakes, and I would like to have more time, spend more time making cakes, but I don't want to eat all the cake. And I don't know what I would do with it all. So I would really like to learn, you know, or practice more and, you know, piping and things like that. But I don't want to eat all that cake. So, yeah. So the next thing I'm going to do here is fill in the white with white frosting. And after I do that, I'm going to place it in the freezer to let it firm up. And for some reason, I didn't show that part. But yeah, I just covered it in white frosting and let it firm up. Now, this is where the problem started. This is the second batch of cake, and I was getting very impatient, and it started falling apart. But here's the finished product. It turned out okay. I only ended up doing 2 layers, and I kind of had to mix the colors together. It wasn't perfect, but it was good enough, and Donovan enjoyed it, and he said it looked fine. I ended up just using a tool to make the design, and like I said, it looks messy, but it was delicious. So there's my cake fail that I wanted to share with you guys.
Okay guys, so we are going to Topeka, and we're not dashing. We're actually going to go get some Italian food at an Italian restaurant we've been wanting to check out, but it's kind of expensive. So it's Donovan's birthday. Say happy birthday. So we're going to try it out tonight. So that's what we're doing. And I think we might go to like Five and Below too, just for the heck of it. And that's about it. So yeah, I thought I'd just give an update. Okay, so we just got out of Five Below. We spent way too much money on stuff we didn't need. So that's okay. The Italian restaurant wasn't the best. I wasn't impressed with it. It was cold when we got it because they got it done like 20 minutes before we were even supposed to pick it up. And I don't know, I just didn't like it. For the price, it wasn't worth it. Donovan said his was okay, but I'm not eating. And then there was like chocolate chips on the garlic bread or something. It was weird. Like it fell in or something, but it was just gross. Anyways, there's that. So it's kind of a bust on that aspect. But we went to the pet store, got the dogs some more food, so they'll be happy. And we're heading home. Hey guys, so I'm gonna show you what I sold. We got home. It's like 9:30 now, but we got home. We did like trash because trash is tomorrow, so we had to clean the cat boxes and just, all that fun stuff. Cleaned out the fridge. Just chores. So I'm getting ready to do shipping. I thought I'd show you what sold. So here's a Pumo flower. I don't know if that's how you say it. Flower bed. It sold for $16.99. This Zebco patch sold for $5. This sold for $6. It's just a vintage pattern. I think this sold for $15. I don't have the shipping thing in front of me. And then this sold, I think, for $12.99, including shipping. These are plates for cookie extruder on Macari. So that's everything that sold today. I haven't been listing, so my sales are dwindling. I have stuff to list. I just haven't had time to list today. So I tried to list earlier. I said I was going to list, but I never got around to do it because I had other stuff I had to get done. Some days it's just like that. I sit down with the best intentions to list, and I just don't. Okay, guys, so I'm going to end the vlog here. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed and like to be, hit the red button down below. Have a great day, guys. Bye.